Hello, and welcome back to Crimson's Experimental Outpost. Last time we set up our power generation system. It's ticking along nicely. Logs are burning, turning into charcoal eventually. Takes a little bit to build up power. Once the power cells are filled, that'd be fine. I got no coal in there, and we seem to be going well over here. I might need to kickstart it till it reaches a certain mass, but we should be okay. What I was going to tell you guys is now that we've got this going, we need to let the system run so that eventually this will fill up in power. And what I'm going to do in the meantime is I'm going to do some beautification to the land around here. I want to get this area kind of terraformed so it's more workable. The other thing I need to do for some of the machines I'm going to be building later is I need to find rubber. So I'm just going to do a quick run through this forest area and see if I can find, here we go, rubber trees. These are part of Mine Factory Reloaded. In this particular texture pack, they have this style texture, and the main thing, even in the normal vanilla versions, they have these really bright green leaves. So, if I just chop this down, you'll see I get a block of rubber wood and raw rubber. You get one raw rubber for every block of wood. So what I'm going to do is cut this tree down, hope I get some saplings, and I'm going to start my own rubber tree farm. Just going to do it manually for now. Eventually I'll get it more automated, and that way I don't have to pay attention to it. But I wanted to show you guys what I'm doing. And like I said, while the power generator's running and building up power, I'm going to be doing some cleanup, some modifications, probably going to put some road bricks in. I'll show you those when I get them all done. Give you a little, rubber sapling, there we go. So I can now plant rubber and we'll get my own little tree farm going. So, just giving you a heads up on what's going on. When I come back, things will look a lot different back at the outpost. Okay, talk to you after the cut. Hello and welcome back. I've done a lot of work since that break. Spent a lot of time sprucing the place up. I've installed these new lighting systems. These are floodlights. They're from, I believe it's called Grade's Lighting. I don't remember the exact mod. But they basically work as a huge light source. They'll project their light 64 blocks without any reduction in light power. So they're really neat. They're really good for lighting up big areas without having to worry about placing torches all over the place and making it look janky. They're running off a red net wire. This is the closest equivalent to the redstone wiring that was in red power. So it just simply transmits a signal. You can do some other fancier stuff with it, but for now I'm just using it for redstone wiring that can stand up. And this is your vanilla daylight sensor. And I've just put a reversing circuit underneath the ground here, so when the sensor's on, the lights are not on, and obviously when it's nighttime, the sensor turns off and the lights turn on. I've got another lamp up there because monsters kept spawning on my roof, and I've got a couple down there as well, so they help light up the area pretty well. I'll eventually get some more of them spread out later. As you can see, I've also got a walkway. I was originally going to use the roadblocks from Mine Factory Reloaded. You know, they're here, they look neat. But the problem is, apparently when you're wearing a modular power suit, for some reason you move really, really slow on these blocks. I've got a bunch of them in my chests over here in the outpost, and I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet, but it's unfortunate because they look cool, because you can get lighted ones where you can, power them and they'll turn on and they'll display light, and that would have been really neat looking, but unfortunately I can't move very fast, so they're out. I've also cleared a lot of the ground that was here, and I expanded the little potato and carrot farm. Again, nothing automated yet, but this is just beginning. I've got my little rubber tree grove over here. Again, not automated yet, but it looks nice. Cactus are still over there. Ah, yes, I have a friend. He's decided to come visit. He may look familiar to some of you if you've watched other YouTube videos. Anyway, so let's go see what else I did. I covered up my mine shaft entrance with just some blocks. You know, nothing fancy. I tweaked the power generator a little bit. What happened? I had some blocks covering that. Or what happened to those? Anyway, yeah, I tweaked the power generator a little bit. First off, I added 2 more energy cells. You see the main one is getting there. It's moving slowly, but it's getting there. And then the others are just starting to charge. I believe it's under this block. I have a chunk loader. What this will do is it keeps the chunk loaded no matter what I'm doing. So if I'm off wandering or down mining or something, this will keep the part of the world active and it'll continue to generate power. So as you can see, I'm actually at a point where I'm building charcoal and I'm not spending it all on the steam engines. So it's slowly progressing. And then I added these. These are called deep storage units. What these are is they're kind of like barrels from factorization, which is in, I used it a lot in Feed the Beast. They can hold a single item, but they can hold a lot. Like barrels, I think could hold 64 stacks of one item. Deep storage units can hold effectively an unlimited number of the item. And you can pipe out of it and you can pipe into it like you'd expect. You can also, it also has a system for easy withdrawal. Recipes down here. I used this one. If you use this one, you get 4 of them. But this one's much easier to make. Plastic sheets are from rubber. They come from raw plastic, which comes from a rubber bar, which is smelted, and a rubber bar is made by smelting raw rubber. So you basically double smelt rubber and then you turn it into plastic. But as you see, this one I've got storing the saplings. It's got 1,339. Left click, you pull out a whole stack, and then you can drop them back in and they'll go back into storage. This one's holding the wood blocks. I also down here put a diamond pipe to separate the saplings from the wood blocks. Had to do that when I added the storage units, because again, can only hold one type of item. The tree farm is still chugging along. I threw a diamond or 2 in here to repair the woodcutting blade. One thing I didn't know when I built this is the blade does have a durability. It will eventually, run out. It's got, 160,000 durability. It's been running for a while, and it was down to about 50%. Each diamond restores 25% of its durability. So I threw 2 diamonds in there, and it's back up to almost full. And it's still chugging along. The other thing I did was, when I was wandering around, you guys may have seen that there were puddles of basically goo all over the ground. This is Ray's minimap, by the way. You press X by default to bring up a larger version of the map. And you can see stuff appear, like that tree, which is there, just appeared on the map. It'll go away in a moment. But if you see up in the upper right-hand corner, that brown puddle of goo, that was sludge. Or no, brown is sewage, black is sludge. Using liquid ducts and tanks and buckets and a lot of time, I eventually pumped it all back here and made this little liquid storage shack. Storage hangar? I don't know what to call it. So I've got a whole bunch of sewage here. I've got a ton of sludge. There was too much sludge. I actually had to destroy some of it. And I've got some lava, which I have carted back from the nether, and I was using the, the magma crucible to actually melt netherrack and turn it into lava. But that's not efficient. It takes a ton of power to do that. Eventually I'll get a better source of lava, I think if I was actually looking at the map correctly, I think I may have a lava lake over here. Let's go take a quick look. You have a little lava lake, and I can pump this back. Yeah, I've got this little lava puddle here. So eventually I'll set up some liquid ducts and some tanks and buckets and drag it all back to my storage facility. So that's pretty much what I've done with the place so far. I've also done a lot of flattening, as you can see. Yeah. Now the one other thing I did find while I was exploring around was I saw something on the horizon. I'm going to go look at it quickly, and we'll see what it is. But first off, I'm going to have a nap. Not that I'm really worried. Actually, you know what? Turn my night vision on. Oh yeah, I added a couple things to my power suit. We'll take a look at that in a moment. And as you can see over there in the distance, that. I did not build that. I have no idea what this is. So we're going to come over here and take a look. What is this? What is this? It's not here. And it's here. It's not here. And it's here again. Last time I heard about this was from the Dark Tower. Doors that can only be seen from one direction. Assuming this is a door. I have no idea what this is. I'm a little bit scared. Yeah, I'll come back later. I gotta look up and figure out what that is first. I don't want to get stuck somewhere and not have a way back. Hey, get off my roof. I guess I gotta light this area up a bit more, because there's creepers. So I'll have to light this area up more by the time we come back. I've also switched my food source to potatoes, because they're relatively easy to get. Now that I have a bunch of them. Die, skeleton. So that's what I've done. My next goal, I believe, is going to be getting some of the other I'm not quite sure. I think I might do some Mine Factory Reloaded stuff. But the other thing I was thinking of is getting some Tesseracts set up. They act as effectively dimensional gateways, and you can pump anything through them, liquid, energy, or items, from one world to the other. So, like, I could go to the Nether and pump lava and get that directly over here and use that. There's also another nifty device. I'm sure some of you are probably familiar with the Ender Chest, which anything that goes in one Ender Chest, any other Ender Chest in the world, you can open it and you'll get the same thing. This particular mod has Ender Chests as well. They work a little bit differently than vanilla Ender Chests, but there's also a thing called an Ender Tank, which I saw this, and I believe it's what I think it does. It may allow me to pump liquids from one place to another. I'm going to have to look up that. So I think those are my rough plans. Probably going to be the Ender Chest, Ender Tank thing, and maybe set up a lava pumping station and run that with some engines and get some serious power going. So I believe that's going to be my next goal, is doing some of that Ender stuff. So, alright, thanks for watching, people. Let me know if you liked this video, if you have any suggestions, any problems, or anything like that. Click like and favorite, always a good idea. And again, thanks for watching. Have fun. Hey guys, I'm back again. I completely forgot to show you this when I was talking about it, my power suit upgrades. I increased the speed of my tools, so they'll actually work faster. I put on a leaf blower, which is great because I had all that, you remember all the grass I had around the outpost. Leaf blower just pushes it all off and it just drops off, so that was cool. I believe Heat filter, yep. I think the one other thing I added, yeah, I added a solar generator. This was something else to help me keep my power usage up. It was getting pretty overwhelming how much power I was going through. So the solar generator is really good at keeping my power up. As you can see, I've got almost a full power bar, and I haven't done anything real fancy about it. So, all right, a little bit of bonus footage here. So, have fun.